know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Anthony, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hard until the sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island. Yeah, living on Long Island. And you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm not hurting anyone. Let's live.
Hey there, Islanders. If you're going out to the beach, you better get an early start. Traffic is miserable.
Well, I'm coming of age in Old Bethpage, trying to get down in Levittown. Dancing in the dark in Floral Park. I think I'll stay in Oyster Bay because I'm living on an island.
And we're living on the island, baby. Welcome to the Gagootz Show. I'm very honored to have Tony Landolfi, a friend of mine for like 20 years.
Thank you for asking me to do this.
Oh, I'm glad you came. I have. It's been a long time.
It's been too long, my friend. Too long.
I know, yeah.
We're here now. It's going to be great.
We're here now. What's
It's
new
gonna
with
be
you?
Nothing. No, everything is going good. You know, out there grinding, stuff like that, working, doing this, doing that.
Yeah.
Hitting fishing season has started, so I've been out doing a lot of fishing.
Yeah.
Got some traveling coming up. I'm going to Alaska next month, so
Oh, cool.
it's gonna be
How cool
it's
is
gonna
that?
Be fun. Gonna be in Alaska for what? 10 days in Alaska.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it should be fun.
And is that like a cruise? Or
Yeah, we're doing a cruise, and I got some other stuff going on over there, and should be fun.
Yeah. No, Alaska's beautiful country.
I've never been, so I've never been on a cruise. I've never been to Alaska, so I knocked two of them out in one shot.
Great, yeah. No, and I heard the food is really good on the cruise too.
I hope so. I'm sure they are. Everybody eats like it's their last meal. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
And Alaska, I was never there, but many years ago, I was on an Amtrak train going cross country, and this guy who lived in Alaska had an album with him, and he showed me all and he had owned his own plane,
Wow.
so we would fly and go hunting, and, you know,
Nice.
and that's when I was like, wow, Alaska's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like, you think of igloos, right? You think of igloos and
I want to see an orca, killer whale.
Yeah.
And a grizzly bear. And that's it. Whatever else happens.
How can you see a grizzly bear though?
What do you mean?
You're gonna hang out in this spot?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe see a grizzly bear. I'm going salmon fishing while I'm there, so you never know.
That's cool. Yeah.
Never know.
And cold water fish is the best.
Yeah, the grizzly bear's there. Maybe I'll throw him a salmon. There you go. Don't eat me. Eat the salmon. So.
I'm looking at it. I'm a very bad host here.
Yeah, look at that. It's very professional. Look at that.
No. Yeah.
But that's about it, you know.
And now, tell me about, we have a flyer for the Comedy Crawl.
The Comedy Crawl, which takes place June. Oh, shit. 2nd. Right. Now, I'm a bad person because I don't remember. The Comedy Crawl.
Wait, we have the flyer. Comedy Crawl.
We have the flyer for the Comedy Crawl?
Tony's flyer.
Please show my flyer. Because now I'm being completely unprofessional. My wife's going to yell at me now.
I don't think they're looking for the
Oh,
flyer.
he's not looking for the comedy flyer. Okay. But we do have one.
Yes.
It is the comedy June 6th. I'm sorry, June 6th in Sayville. So what we're doing,
we're getting it.
it's like a bar crawl, but it's comedy. So there's
Comedy Crawl.
Yeah.
There we go.
it's four different shows at 4 different bars. It starts at 2 in the afternoon and then goes. So we do a show in the first bar, and then we move to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one. And so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Very
There's a
cool.
ton of comedians doing it.
Yeah. Oh, so
There's a ton of us.
is it the same comedians for every show?
It's all rotating through the whole thing. It's nothing like this has ever been done before. So we're doing this for the first time. Michael Ellison put us all together.
Oh,
If you've ever
cool.
seen, very funny.
Very
great
funny
guy.
man.
He's in it. Joe Winchell's in it. Mike Tanzi, Steve Rocco, me. I believe Billy Geyer. There's a ton of us.
Some of Long Island's.
Some special
fine.
guests stopping by. Can't say who,
Very
but
cool.
some special guests.
Oh, really?
It's going to be
cool.
real fun. June 6th out in Sayville.
And what time does it start?
Starts at 2 in the afternoon and it goes on till, the last one. So.
In different towns?
No, it's all in Sayville.
It's all in
It's a bar
Sayville.
crawl. You're crawling to
All right, so it's all in Sayville.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. It's
And
all
maybe
in
I could
Sayville.
get a room because if
You
I
never
do a
know.
bar crawl, 4 drinks, I'm done. I'm done.
You never know. You can get your room maybe.
Yeah,
But
very
come on
cool.
down, Sayville to the comedy crawl. It's gonna be fun. June 6th.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make it. And talking of comedy, we have a great guest. We only have one guest tonight, and
that's all you need with this.
that's all you need with this guy. Yeah, and he's a comedian. He's been a comedian for over 30 years.
Comedian, fantastic improv guy.
Oh, fantastic
Extremely
improv.
funny.
That's right.
He's very smart. And now he's an author.
Right, so he has a book,
He's got
and
his book.
we're going to show a video of the book in a few, once the alarm goes off, because you and I would talk for 7 minutes. But he wrote a book called Finding Mary Smith,
Yes.
and we're going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about a lot in 48 minutes.
In 48 minutes?
In 48 minutes, we're going to...
For 48 minutes, not in 48 minutes. Oh
Right,
my God!
well,
look at this.
Okay.
So
I'm losing it. I am losing. I'm 70. I'm almost 71.
Wow.
I'm starting to lose it.
Remember when you were a kid, you played 7 minutes in heaven. This is 7 minutes in hell right now.
Oh man, I love you. I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. It's gonna be a good time. He's laughing in the back. So
He's laughing, yeah, at my senility.
Did the alarm go off yet? No. Just
Oh, you want the alarm to go off that bad?
So what's new with you? This is your show.
This is my show, the Gagootz show.
The Gagootz show.
I only do it twice a month now
Right.
because I used to do it every week when I first started 11 years ago. You
It
realize
has
I've
been
been doing this
yeah.
show for 11 because I did it in another studio.
Yes.
Not
I
as
remember.
nice as this studio here.
No.
Not as
The
professional.
quality is way better.
Oh,
Very
everything,
professional.
yeah.
The whole studio is really nice here.
It's
It really
awesome.
is.
So I have a lot of fun doing this. Oh, you're happy.
Oh, there it is. It's the alarm.
All right, we're going to go. That's the alarm. The blues, baby.
Oh, he's
I
gonna
got
have
the
fun.
blues. Everybody on this show's got the blues. What can I say? Everybody in this show.
Oh.
In 48 minutes.
All I have to say is God bless Nancy Rizzuti.
Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, I got to have you back on in the winter because it's going to be a cold friggin' day in hell when you come back on this show.
Thanks.
I stole that joke.
It's okay.
Just want you to know that. I stole that from Soupy Sales did that joke. I saw Soupy
He's
live.
not going to come back to
He's
yell
not
at you
coming
for
to
it,
get
so
mad
you'll
at
be
me.
okay.
So I saw him live, and he said, I'll be back in the winter.
Yeah.
He said, because I overheard the boss saying it'll be a cold day when he comes back. So, all right.
Gotcha.
Soupy did it better. All right, we're going to go
I
to...
wish I was dead like Soupy right now.
Oh, man. Oh, hey.
I'm kidding. Stop.
I'm getting abused. Nancy.
All right.
Hey, she's watching. She's probably, yeah, Tony, give it. She's going to start texting you. All right. We're going to show this video and then bring our guest.
Yes, please. Let's bring him up.
We're going to bring up Al Isaacs right after. Let's look at Al's video.
Imagine finding out at 52 years old that your entire life story wasn't the full story. That's exactly what happened in Finding Mary Smith by Al Isaacs. And honestly, this book feels less like reading pages and more like opening a locked family vault that's been sealed for decades. Al grew up believing that he was an only child with a normal family life until one accidental conversation changed everything. He discovers that he was adopted through a hidden grey market arrangement from the 1960s, and suddenly every memory, every identity, every answer starts unraveling. And the craziest part, all he had to begin his search with was just one name: Mary Smith. No records, no real history, no fragments of secrets, no DNA, and a trail leading back to New York's old Greenwich Village folk music scene. What I loved about this memoir is that it doesn't read heavy or cold. Al Isatz was a comedian, so even during emotional moments, the storytelling has humor, warmth, and this very human feeling that gets you hooked. 1 second you're laughing, and the very next second you are sitting there thinking about identity, family, and how many untold stories exist amongst the people all around us. The book dives into hidden family secrets, adoption and identity, DNA discoveries, dementia and memory loss, reconnecting with biological family after decades, and what it really means to belong somewhere. In the ending, it genuinely feels cinematic. If you love emotional true stories, reunion journeys, memoirs, or books that feel deeply personal and impossible to put down, this is absolutely worth reading. And honestly, the title itself says everything. Finding Mary Smith by Al Isatz.
Al,
There he
welcome,
is.
Here he is.
Al,
What's
Hey.
going on, gentlemen?
The magic of films.
Yeah,
So, how long has the book been out now?
it's been out a little under 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
And you got this woman.
Well, Tony was just saying, I don't know her. I have no idea who that person is. She read the book and put up a review online. And as of right now, there's like 11,000 likes on her video.
Wow.
So keep them coming.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's
11,000
great.
Like, that's got to be a ton of views then, because nobody ever really.
This is what I'm saying.
I don't know what the math is, but it's got to. I would
Yeah.
probably say she's got to be like with that. It's got to be 50, 100,000 views.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So it's things like that have been happening. Just blow my mind. It's amazing.
That's great. No.
Yeah.
And she even said that it was cinematic at the end.
Her lips to God's ears. Come on.
Hey,
Hallmark
good for
Channel,
you.
please.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Because a lot of people want, self-publish too, but you seem to be riding a wave right now.
Yeah. It's kind of shocking. When I started to go down the road of trying to publish this, let's face facts. I'm in my 50s. I'm not a young guy. I'm well known in a 50-yard radius around my house. I'm not a famous guy. This is not the first in a series. I did not go off to a wizarding school. I'm not a 500-year-old vampire. This is it. I don't plan on getting adopted again. So the chances of me being picked up by some, because publishing houses and agents, they're looking to invest in someone for the next 20 years and 15 books. They want a series. So for someone to believe in this, like Gagootz, like the publishing company that backed me did, what can I say? I'm humbled and thrilled that they did.
Well, obviously it's good because they wouldn't have backed you, right?
Yeah.
I know you're trying to be humble, but
But you know what? I mean, look,
you did something good.
I did something good, apparently. I tell you, truthfully, my years in comedy prepared me for this. Like someone who is just off the street going, I have an idea for a book, let me put it out there. Right. You're taking a beating every morning, getting the no from this one and from that one, and then going to an editor and that, little nugget that you wrote down going, this is a gem. This is going to change people's lives. And them going, yeah, delete that. Being a comedian, you've written stuff that you're going, this is it. This is my this is my Tonight Show 5. This is it. And crickets. So 30 years of that made me be able to deal with this and go, okay.
You've been hearing crickets for 30 years too.
Oh, and by the way, the cold day thing, listening to you telling the cold day joke, I always find that if you have to explain a joke, it's good. It's much better. People appreciate that.
I'm getting the hell out of here.
Come on back, why don't you? Please.
You're right.
Have
You're
a
right.
seat.
You're right.
I love that.
Yeah, don't explain it.
No, you're best. Come on. So,
it's actually, I'm not a comedian. It's my stupidity that gets the laughs. It actually is. It's my stupidity.
Well, at least you admit it.
Yeah.
that's half the
Yeah,
battle
that's
right there.
That's half the battle right there. Anyway,
But
You don't mind if we talk to our guest, do you? Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, ask him. Go ahead. Ask him something.
So, what inspired you to put, this life experience that you've gone through?
Yeah.
What inspired you to actually put pen to paper or finger to keyboard,
Right.
and create this for?
So originally, when I wrote it, so just to give you a little context for people who don't know what this is about 5 years ago, I found out by accident that I was adopted. I literally, accidentally, a doctor who assumed that I knew told me. And that just started a whole string of it. And this is in the middle of both my parents having dementia, my mom just starting her 5th battle with cancer, and my dad going into hospice and passing away literally 3 weeks from the day that I found this out. So there was a lot going on. There was a lot of trauma kind of hitting me from all things. And I was having a real hard time processing any of it, right? It was like any one of those things is, but all of them at once. Someone recommended to me this, and because it was at the end of COVID, they're like, want to go get a therapist or something. If you want, just start writing stuff down. So I started writing stuff down. And then after I found out that I was in fact adopted and I started my search for birth family, a lot of it was like I had insomnia. It's 2 a.m. I'm online looking for stuff. And I would forget that I did stuff. I would like revisit a site that I read. So I started writing down my process of what I was doing so that the following day I would remember what I had done. And by the time I kind of went through the whole thing, it's like, oh, I kind of almost have a first draft of something here. And as I was going through this, like literally every day was another crazy plot twist. Every day there was something else that's like, man, I did not see that coming. And every day I would call a friend or I would talk to my wife about it, and they would go, you got to write a book about this. And literally as I'm going through it, I'm going, well, I kind of am, but I'm not doing anything with it unless I find my birth mom, unless I find Mary Smith, who, by the way, that is actually her name.
Her name is Mary
Her
Smith.
name is, yeah,
Wow.
because the publishing company said the thing that you probably were thinking, which is, what a great name for this anonymous woman.
Right.
And it's like, no, her name, thankfully it was that exotic because it made it so much easier to find her. Her name is actually Mary Smith, but I kept saying, unless I find Mary, I can't write this book. I can't finish it. And
right, because you need some catharsis for it.
I literally put in the title of it, a memoir of family secrets, gray market adoption. I can't see anything. Yeah, and the miracle reunion with my mom. I literally put a spoiler in the title of this book because it's like, I'm letting you know there's a happy ending.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you through the rest of it without letting you know it's all good. It ends well.
There's no old yeller here.
No, no, exactly. No plot twist at the end. So it was all a dream. The end. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that to anyone. So
No, I really can't wait to read. I tried getting a hold of a copy.
yeah,
And the only copy I could get a hold of right away through Barnes and Noble, because you can order the paperback through Barnes and Noble, but it takes a while.
yeah.
But they do the digital, and I'm
Yeah.
not big on reading digital.
Nah, I like
book.
the-
Yeah,
I like to have it in my hand.
tangible.
Yeah, I like to hold a book.
That's been one of the coolest things in this journey because I mean, as a kid, I used to love going to like Borders and Walden Books.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were everywhere. I could spend hours, and they like all disappeared. And
I
I thought they
know.
were all gone. But now that this has come out, also I'm getting contacted by all these little mom and pop indie bookstores. It's so cool.
Oh, that's
it's
great.
back. Yeah.
All right. As a matter of fact, So I was trying to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
So I called up a couple of bookstores on Long Island, and there's one in Sayville.
Okay.
Little Duck or something like that. What is it? I don't remember.
Okay.
So, but I called up and I asked him if he had Finding Mary Smith, and he said to me, he says, "Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm reviewing it right now,
Oh, okay.
and I'm reviewing it to to see if we're going to have it in the store.
So you may just help me out. Awesome.
Yeah, and
He's a man.
it's insable by when the show's over. I'll look up the name and I'll tell
Okay.
you. But
Awesome.
I'm thinking of Little Duck or something Duck or Dead Duck. I don't know why.
Duck, here comes the book.
Yes. Nice.
The Long Island Ducks. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but it's it's a independent bookstore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you did a signing in Huntington.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. I had a my book launch we had at the Next Chapter.
Right.
That place has a lot of meaning for me. When my birth mom came out to visit us a couple years back and we were stayed with us, I took her there because it's just such a cool vibe. So it's like
The Next Chapter.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it was
the
like
next-
when we did the book launch, it's like I contacted them and they're like, yeah, let's do it. And so it was very, very cool.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
they didn't have any copies.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
They sold out.
literally
Yeah.
the night we had the signing, it sold out, and I
Sure.
brought them a bunch more, and probably
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's great. That's awesome.
if
for
you can't get it, I'm sorry, but
no, you can get it.
yes,
Kelly,
yes.
you can get it.
Yes.
You can get it
Just
on
gotta keep
Amazon.
Amazon, absolutely.
Amazon has it, and some of you have the Kindle and the Nook, and
Yeah.
stuff, so you can get it for that if you like.
Right.
Yeah.
If you like it on
Right,
Kindle
and I'm
Nook,
gonna
you
be-
can get it right away.
I'm gonna be doing a bunch of book signings on the island and other stuff. in the
And
next
you're
few
doing an
months.
audio.
I'm doing literally tomorrow. I wrap on the audiobook version. So,
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's
are they
been-
going to put that like on Audible and stuff like
Mhm.
that? Oh,
Yeah.
this is awesome to hear, man.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. If you bring your Kindle, he'll sign it.
I'll sign the Kindle. I will ruin the screen with a crayon.
Now the audio book.
Yeah.
I would be into.
Okay.
I'm into audiobooks if
Yeah.
the person reading it is,
Right.
especially if the author is reading it
Yes.
and they
Well, that was the thing when the publishers came to me and we start talking about this. Well, we'll go and interview some folks, and we'll play them for you. I said, no, I'm going to do it. I said, I had a background in radio.
Well, just
And-
say you have a good voice. To do
Yeah.
it, so
Yeah.
it's
So I
not-
was trained in this stuff. Number one, and who sounds more like me than me?
Exactly.
So, but truth be told, especially those first couple of chapters, reading it out loud, ooh, it was hitting me. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I got to take a break. It's kind of rough, but I'm really happy how it came out, and I'm
So
I'm so
it's a
thrilled.
tearjerker.
Man, I'll tell you what. Let's go back to the idea of me being a comedian. I literally said, and someone like pointed it out in one of the reviews on Amazon, which I thought was so cool. Like in the first couple of paragraphs of the book, I'm like, there's going to be moments in this book that there's humor that there probably should not be. I was like, forgive me. I said, A, I'm a comedian, but also, if you've ever been through something, if you can't find a way to laugh, you are curled up in a corner and you can't function.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
so
absolutely.
That's the best way. And I get a lot of stuff when I do stuff. If I always find humor in it, and then people are like, "Oh, you're so dark." When
no,
that's,
that's life.
it.
that's it.
Yeah.
You have
That's
to.
life.
You have to just push through
My,
it. And,
my late dad always said, laugh and the world laughs with you.
Yeah.
Cry and you cry alone.
Yes.
yes.
And I still think that was great advice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I remember the book begins when I find out, and I found out just at the tail end of COVID. Like, so things were starting to open up a little bit, but now here I am. It's been a couple of years since I've been on stage. I literally remember my last gig at the Comedy Cabaret in Doylestown, Pennsylvania in February, and at the end of the night, they were going, "Don't worry, we'll be reopening in 2 weeks. We'll call you." I was optimistic, and so comedy was gone. The classes I was teaching with improv, those were gone. I'm a drummer, and I happened to switch over to a Roland electronic kit when I got married, so that I wouldn't get divorced immediately. And my drums broke, so it's like,
Oh man.
and I don't drink, so I was just,
Yeah.
I had no release for anything.
I was drinking for you.
Thank you.
So.
I appreciate. I wish I knew. I appreciate that. So I was crawling up the walls.
Speaking of drinking, I'm going to try some of that.
Oh yeah, ask me about this. I have Brooklyn egg cream for these gentlemen. You want one?
I've never had an egg cream.
Okay, this is
Get outta
now.
here.
This is
Swear to God.
this is a little bit different than a traditional egg cream that I would make from scratch for you. But I've been doing this at some of the book events I've been doing, and ask me about it later. I'll kind of explain what the whole meaning is. But yeah, they're delicious.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. That's pretty
Play
good.
shell game. It is pretty good, but again, just convenient to have it in a can.
Yeah.
So
Arizona makes this. Cheers.
Anyway,
thank you, gentlemen.
you were saying
Yeah,
your drums broke.
drums broke, no comedy, and that brings up another point real quick. People that when I first found out I was adopted, which is a whole. If you have another 2 hours, we can talk about that. But people are always online in the groups that I found of people who were found out late in life that they were adopted, or people who found it by accident. Everyone's taking Ancestry or 23andMe tests, and guess they want to find out if they're related to Napoleon. And guess what? Your dad ain't your dad.
Yeah.
So that's been happening a lot. But for my situation being different, I won't say better than theirs. I think we all know someone who is like so Irish that like St. Patrick's Day is Christmas 2.0.
Yeah.
They can't. Their whole life, is corned beef and cabbage and green and shamrocks and leprechauns, and then like if they were to find out tomorrow that they weren't Irish, like their entire identity would
They
be
were German.
shredded, right? But it's
Yeah.
like that's what their whole identity was wrapped around.
Yeah, that it's gone.
Yeah.
For me, I was brought up as an only child thinking I was 75% Russian, 25% English. I had 3 grandparents from Russia, I had 1 from England. So when I found out that I was actually mostly Scottish, first off, my wife loves Outlander. So,
That's
home
great.
run right there.
That's great. Yeah.
But the finding out I wasn't Russian,
Yeah.
it's like, that's the bad guys from Rocky IV. I don't, it's like,
Right.
It's not. We didn't celebrate Russian
Cold
holidays.
War shit, yeah.
We didn't have a Russian flag hanging in the foyer. It was so that part of my identity. Nothing was. If anything, COVID took away more than that did. COVID took away the comedy and the teaching. So, in that respect, I was a lot luckier than some of these folks that I was finding online, because a lot of them, it's like, man, you wake up on Tuesday and you weren't who you thought you were. on
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
They say that's what happened with David Berkowitz. I'm saying is that he found out he was adopted by this Jewish family, born and raised, Jewish Brooklyn kid, and then he finds out later on that he was actually Italian. And
See, so
Berkowitz, really?
yeah,
So instead of going on a shooting spree, I went and wrote a book.
you did.
There you go. See?
Maybe the dog told him to write a book.
Come on, man. But that is a good point,
I was
though.
using it as perspective, like how then you don't know who you are after that, and how it could be damaging.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, like, afterwards, after the journey, my life makes so much more sense than it ever did now. As I found out. 'Cause as an only child, I didn't have a brother or sister standing around listening to stuff and going, that doesn't seem right. That's kind of, it's the line from JFK movie when he says, how do you know your daddy's your daddy? Because your mama told you so?
Right.
Okay, so I had mama telling me a whole lot of stuff growing up. I had my mom telling me, you get your eyes from your grandfather and you get your height from this one. So they were reinforced. I never had a clue.
There wasn't a shadow of a doubt.
No shadow of a doubt. I knew positively who I was.
Yeah.
To the point that when my mom's oncologist told me over the phone that I was adopted, thinking that as a 52-year-old man, I already knew.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me in the moment. I laughed. It never occurred to me that was a possibility. Wow. I went, she was telling a lot, with the dementia, she was telling a lot of doctors a lot of different stuff. She was telling one doctor she had this surgery and that surgery that she never had. And then another doctor would ask her about an actual surgery she had. I never had that. And then would tell a nurse about, these symptoms. And then when the nurse would come back with a follow-up question, she said, I never said that. That's my husband. So it wasn't even a grain of salt. It was just like, let's add that one to the list. And I went home and I Facebook messaged, I have an elderly aunt in Staten Island. And I was messaging her, not to ask her if I was adopted, I was messaging her to go, this is how bad it's gotten.
Yeah.
Because, again, during COVID, no one was really coming to see my parents, not in person.
Right.
If you got my mom on the phone for 5 minutes, you'd never know anything was wrong. She had her patter down. She had her crowd work solid. Okay, she just, so you never, if you talk to her for half an hour, you might go, huh. And for me, it was taking her back and forth to see my dad in the hospital night after night. And like every night, that house would trigger a story. And that tree would trigger a story. And that story. Except every night, the story would end different. So one night, if she was talking about that husband cheated on his wife, the following night, it was the wife cheating on the husband. So it was entertaining wildly. So in that regard, I emailed this aunt to say, look how bad things have gotten. She actually told a doctor that I'm adopted. Radio silence. And it was like a day and a half later, I got a message back that began with, I always wanted to tell you.
Wow.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that. Literally had to print out the page. I literally had to print it because I couldn't speak. I had to print it out and bring it down to my wife, and that's kind of where we began. It was just like, oh, and I confronted my mom about it. I confronted's not the right word. I brought it up in polite conversation. So, mother, I understand I'm adopted.
Bitch, tell me the truth.
Yeah. Give me a phone book.
Is that the Scottish way that you would do?
That's fancy British. Fancy British.
I don't sound Scottish at all.
Scottish.
I know.
I would do Sean Connery for Scottish.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I really do. Sean Connery.
For the rest of the night, I'll do Sean Connery. So, so I confronted her with. I said, I hear I'm adopted. Who told you that? Well, your doctor and my aunt. Oh yeah, you're adopted. This nurse is making me crazy, and she's like just immediately pivot and go off on a tangent. So I'm like, okay, we're not getting any more for tonight. Yeah. And then a week later, I kind of went back. I'm like, hey, so about this adoption thing. And she went, lies, all lies. You're not. No. And I went, okay, we're done here. So I couldn't go to my parents to find out any information. And in the 3 weeks between me finding out, my dad going into hospice and him passing away, I never told him that I knew. I was like, if you didn't want to tell me for 50-something years, okay. No point in creating drama.
No,
this doesn't have to be
this last moment. Just let him just
exactly. But that being said, even before I found out, and it didn't occur to me until looking back, in his last weeks before I found out, my mom was watching us like a hawk. I couldn't be in the room alone with him. Oh. She was thinking deathbed confessionals that he's going to spill the beans, and she couldn't have that. So it's like looking back, I went, oh, okay, yeah. So that was
wow.
Look back on your life from first memories to now. Was there ever a time now where you're like, that's like something happened?
That's crazy.
No, like something happened, and you're like, oh, maybe that could have been the reason. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes and no.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. So after word started getting out to, my entire family knew. Everyone knew except me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and nobody said not
this
even
is
an
shocking.
Inkling of.
It is shocking that we ever went to family functions, that we went to weddings and bar mitzvahs. Because you would think by the end of the night, before Donna Summer came on, it would be, hey, by the way, you're adopted.
Something.
Never happened.
I had an uncle that went to prison, and my cousins were told that he was away.
He's at a farm upstate.
Like something like that. Like and I spilled the beans real quick. I got a lot of trouble because I was like 10. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like nobody, the whole family kept it.
Whole family kept. Well, my parents terrified everyone. They swore, they swore everyone the secret. No,
But that's in the book, right?
it is in the book because
I can't wait to read the book. I have to be honest.
Literally with my family, because the one thing I know, again, in retrospect, in looking back, there were like family friends and a couple of family members that we were pretty tight with that all of a sudden, nothing. We wouldn't see them anymore. It's like we went from like seeing them every couple of months, whether they were on Staten Island or wherever, and all of a sudden they weren't coming around anymore. We weren't going to see them. And I always get some kind of flimsy story, but it was like, all right, you don't want to tell me what's going on. Maybe it's something financial or personal. I don't know.
Right.
Okay. When it turns out, all you had to do with my family to get cut out of our lives was to speak 4 words. You should tell him. And people would do that, and they would go, A, we're not telling him, but B, now we're afraid you might.
You gotta go.
You gotta
Wow.
go.
Yeah.
So it was
Whacking somebody.
2 in the back of the head, very, out by the marshes. Yeah. So there were a few, and I got to touch base with one anyway, but my family they felt there was a equal guilt and equal relief from some of them who touched base with me afterwards, that they felt hurt. They thought I was going to be pissed. They thought I was going to be mad at them. Yeah. And I was like going, look, maybe it's different because I'm in my 50s and I have a family and I have a life.
Yeah.
But we're good. Whatever we were before this, we still are. But again, that being said, I did have one relative who, and I know where they were coming from. So, and I loved them to death. So, I know what they were trying to say, but they said to me, yeah, I knew, so I always wanted to give you a little extra love. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like, man, I know that's trying to come from a good place, but
yeah,
it's like now it's spread like wildfire of all these relationships I had with these people began with a secret, that they were keeping from me.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I'm not Al, I'm Al, the adopted kid. And, you're treating me based on this, not based on who we are to one another and that. So that was a lot to kind of deal with. But again, I got what she meant. I got what her intention was in saying that to me. So
yeah, it was all meant with good intentions.
Exactly.
I can see where you're coming from. It was like, hey,
So, how would you have loved me if?
Right.
So if I wasn't adopted,
If I wasn't,
I would have just gotten the regular love. I wouldn't have gotten the extra happy, love version. So, but it's all.
No,
I can't wait to read it.
I'm happy to say that I'm good with everybody. With
that's great.
That is.
The only thing was though, that it's like after that secret got out and after both my parents passed away, it's like the floodgates opened. It's like then it became, have a seat. Let me tell you some other stuff. And it's like no, because now it's not for me. Now it's you're trying to unlock.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah,
we're fine.
Your dad was at the Nuremberg trials,
right? Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure he was the Zodiac. What? So it's like everyone's good, but it's a like Hallmark doesn't make a card for that. It's trying to explain to them. It's like this is when I'm searching for birth family. This isn't to replace you. This is all about addition.
Let's just find out who I am.
Who I am.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the biggest things in this whole journey. Okay, when people ask, "Do you wish your parents had told you sooner?" And that's such a complicated question.
Sure.
Because I literally found out exactly when and how I was supposed to. 20 years earlier, the DNA stuff isn't there. The internet isn't there. New York laws were all messed up. I would never have found anybody. Had I found this out a couple of years after, some of the initial people who gave me the first clues have passed away, so I never would have even gotten off the ground. So like there was literally this window to find this out. And
Wow. So yeah.
that's when I found
So it was
out.
fate.
It was fate.
it
That
was
was
fate.
it. But but would things have been different had I found out sooner? My relationship with my folks might have been different. Simply because, and I found this out from there's a guy named John Bain who did a great documentary called Filling in the Blanks. And he's about the same age as me, Jewish kid from New York. His dad wasn't his dad. I'm not going to give away because his documentary is amazing. But he put it this way. He's like, after I found out, I realized that my entire relationship with my dad was that, we were playing a game and I didn't know the rules, right? So it's like every time I picked up a pair of drumsticks or I went on stage, I was reminding them that I wasn't made of the same stuff as them.
Right.
Because they had no sense of humor.
I was about to ask.
Sorry. No sense of humor, no inclination to perform. My mom, your dad used to like tell jokes on Wall Street. Not the same thing. Because it turns out my birth mom was a folk singer, a very popular one in Greenwich Village in the 60s and 70s. So it's like, finding this stuff out, it's like, oh, all right, yeah.
So you found out more about you.
I found out, but like, had I known, because I spent my life, literally, trying to get better and better gigs, and win competitions and do stuff. It's like this one's going to be the one that impresses them, and that was never going to impress them because that's never who they wanted me to be.
Yeah.
Nature versus nurture. I was not turning out to be the kid that they were making me into. I was going this way because that's the ingredients that were put in there.
What did they want you to be?
I'll give you a big hint. Being a Jewish kid, I think a lawyer, right at the top there. In fact, I remember very clearly being like 6 or 7 years old and like a trained SEAL. What do you want to be? Corporate lawyer.
Yeah.
No idea what that is, but I knew when I said those two words, they would smile.
Right.
They'd be all excited.
And there's very rarely a Jewish entertainer out there. So
No, it's I'm glad I can contribute.
Right. Jews just have no sense of humor.
None. It's very sad. Tragic even.
Very solemn people. Yeah.
If only. Maybe one will break through eventually. But that was the thing. So maybe I would have been a little more understanding, And it was one of the shocking things for me too was after my dad had passed and my mom had to go into assisted living. We were cleaning out the house, and that was where I found my adoption papers. Number one. But the second thing that I found was up in his office. By the way, my dad had a den. Before everyone else had a man cave, he had like one of the first man caves I ever knew, and he put in this giant pool table. It was amazing, and big screen TV. And he wasted all of it because on the TV he would just watch financial stuff, and he kept the pool table covered and used it as a desk. What a waste!
Oh man!
So we would clean this place out and reeked of smoke. Oh man, my wife, God bless her, cleaning those walls. Anyway, but we found a folder that I had assumed was financial papers for me because my name was on the folder. So I thought it was maybe something about my house or maybe taxes or whatever. And I opened it and it was all reviews and columns and things about my comedy career.
If you didn't cry then,
yeah.
Oh man, I would.
Why couldn't he have shared this with me?
Yeah.
Unless he was hiding this from my mom, eventually,
maybe,
evidently. But it's like, man, I really wish he could have.
Yeah.
I would.
No.
It's like that was like the second comedy moment with him that I was like, because like he always told me like that when are you gonna come see me, Dad? When you play the Borgata. And by the time I played the Borgata, he was too sick to come. It's like so those I had those too, but man, it's like but yeah. So that was my folks, though. I get it. I get it. I'm not mad. I get it.
You can't. It's one of the hardest things when you grow up, is the day you learn your parents aren't superheroes.
They're human.
That they're human and they're flawed, just like everybody else. And it's one of the hardest things when you're growing up to deal with that. The first time you realize, shit, my mom was wrong. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, oh my dad, it's you try to do what you can.
Right. It's like gotta deal with that.
Yeah.
You were gonna say.
All right. Okay. No.
It's gonna be a cold day, you know.
That's a callback, ladies and gentlemen. Just
I love callbacks.
He's a teacher, so
Yes.
he teaches comedy. Will you ever go back to comedy? Will you because if you go back to comedy, you're gonna have to discuss this topic.
That's a funny thing because people are now talking to me about like what's next for that and whether like a one-man show.
Like a spoken word type thing. That's what I would.
Yeah,
think.
that's
You
kind of
could do something like that.
because like even when we did the opening at the next chapter, we did it a Q&A style, and with Tom Kelly. Sat down.
Love Tom.
Love Tom.
Love Tom.
He was perfect for it, and
Yes.
it was just like fireworks. It was like, oh, he was keeping me in line, but it was still, the banter was great, and so we were kind of keeping a mental note of what was being asked and how to deal with that. And last week, I got a call from Tom, and he's like, he goes, I keep looking at that video, and he's like, man, he goes, that chemistry, do you think you ever want to do this again? You ever think about maybe? And I said, if the opportunity presents itself, I'll let you know. And I literally hung up with him, and there was an email waiting for me from another bookstore called Theodore's Books out in Oyster Bay. I just did the Gold Coast Book Fair.
Awesome.
And our former Congressman Steve Israel owns that bookstore, and he and I got to talking. Great guy, and he and one of his people there at the bookstore emailed me like, "Would you think about maybe coming out and doing something?" I was like, "Wow, that was weird." Yeah,
Wow.
and but we're going to do something a little bit different because I keep getting the most amazing emails because of this book. This book is hitting people three different ways. There are folks who are dealing with dementia with family in their lives, and they're kind of reading this and going, yeah, okay, wow. There are people who are finding out they were adopted late in life or taking the test and finding that stuff out, and they're contacting me. And then I have people contacting me who are searching for family members of their own, who are reading this and going, oh man, you just saved me like 10 steps.
Right, right.
in
Oh,
reading
That's
this.
great.
So we decided, all right, so if we're going to do Theodore's books, we'll do a Q&A about the book and stuff, but people who have their own stories and their own questions, come on down. Because at the end of the night when we did our Q&A, like for every question about the book, there was a question of, hey, I just got an email from someone who says they're related to me. Should I answer it? And it's like, wow, okay. Suddenly,
As long as it's not a prince in Nigeria.
yeah,
Yeah.
But it's funny that the improv has given me the insight or the attitude of yes and. It's like no great story ever started with, hey, this one time I almost.
Right.
It's like if this person is who they say they are, because usually if they contact you, it's like, check it out on 23andMe, check it out on Ancestry. I'm up there. If they want to connect. It's only if you say no. It's only gonna be woulda, shoulda, coulda. You're gonna regret it someday.
Yeah.
It's not a commitment. This isn't marriage. How many cousins or what have we not talked to in years? It's like you may find something great. So we decided, let's combine all these things. Let's take all these questions that I've been getting. Let's get all this stuff, and we're going to do an
Sure, if you
event
can help
at
people.
Theodore's.
That's phenomenal. That's
Yeah.
great. That you
Yeah.
can do that,
You have a
to
couple
help
of
these
events
people.
coming up.
Yeah. So I have a bunch of different. On Long Island, the next one is June 18th. Meehan's. It's the place across the street from the Paramount. That's like a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's just an signing with a bunch of Long Island authors. We're going to be doing that.
Meehan's in
Meehan's.
Huntington,
Thank
across
you.
from the Paramount.
That's it. So Long Island authors, we're going to get together and we're going to do. So if you don't want to talk to me, I just want to quietly walk up to my table and just hand me a
There's
book.
gonna be other guys. In it.
Yeah. So I could. Yeah, that's good. But
They were adopted too, but you don't have.
but if you want to get into it, if you that evening, that's going to be on July 22nd. It's a Wednesday night. We're going to do at Theodore's in Oyster Bay. So yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Do you have a website set up, or you just got your Facebook and your Instagram?
I'm getting messaged all over, but I actually, in the book, I actually give my website out. It's alisaacs.com, and people misspell it. Man, you know what? That's the one thing in comedy. I should have changed it years ago. I
What?
should Al Isaacs. 'Cause they doubled the S.
That's a good comedy name, though.
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, Al Isaacs. But
Yeah.
but the two C's. There's a silent R in the beginning, and it pissed me off, especially when Newsday would misspell it. They used to have a sports writer named Stan Isaacs
Yeah.
who spelled it the same way as me.
And it's spelled.
You would think that would be the default. No,
Everybody
no.
always puts a PH in my name instead of the F, so it's.
And when I was working with Scott, it was Isaacs and Baker,
right.
and we were doing a club once, and they listed us as Isaac Baker. And it was like, that sounds like the coolest jazz guitarist. Ladies and gentlemen, the smooth stylings of Isaac Baker.
For a good R&B singer.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was doing this show back a long time ago at Madhouse, I advertised in Good Times magazine, right? Rock
Yeah.
and Roll magazine. So they did an article about it.
Yeah.
And they called me Benny Gutierrez, which I have
Nice.
no idea how they went from Rizzuti to Gutierrez. So
Gutierrez.
I called him up and I said, nice article, but you call me Benny Gutierrez. And instead of, some people can't admit they made a mistake.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't use your stage name. And I said, with a name like Benny Rizzuti, who needs a friggin'
is
stage
stage
name?
name?
Benny Rizzuti is like a puppet. It's like Paul Winchell with Jerry Mahoney and Benny
Yes.
Rizzuti, right?
Yes. Yes.
Knucklehead Rizzuti.
Wait, it's not Rizzuti?
What?
Your last name's Gutierrez? Oh.
Oh, that's the alarm. We're,
The Bills of St. Mary? What's
Oh.
no, but we have 3 minutes according to that.
Oh
There
my
you go.
We have
gosh.
3 minutes. My real name isn't Benny, though. You know that story? I mean, I'm taking it away from him.
Yeah.
No, this story's in the book. Go on.
They called me Benny for like 5 or 6 years, and then when I was in first grade and had to write my name, I found out my name was actually Pellegrino.
Betty.
Pellegrino
Betty Rizzuti.
Cosmo Rizzuti was my name, and they made me write
Man.
Pellegrino. And I was named, both of my grandfathers are Benny,
Mm-hmm.
and they wrote Pellegrino. I mean, we don't know. We come from the same town in Sicily.
Pellegrino.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
this town in Sicily,
Yeah.
and San Pellegrino, the saint of sparkling water.
Sure.
I guess he brought sparkling water to our town of Colta Balota. So,
God bless.
So it's
Wow.
it's like Pellegrino, but we call you Benny.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
either that, or they gave me an alias. In case I get in trouble, it's like we're looking for Pellegrino.
Well, if
No,
you are in witness relocation,
Yeah.
you just did a terrible job.
No, but anyway, we have
Pellegrino Cosmo.
a minute and a half to go. Pellegrino Cosmo, I swear to you, I
Olive oil
swear.
and garlic dripping out your
Yes.
ass.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Finding Mary Smith by Al Isaacs.
Yeah.
Definitely go and look for it. Like I said, you can find it on Barnes & Noble.
Amazon.
You can get Amazon.
Every
And,
place else. Just Google it. Did you find your birthday? Or is that the next one?
Again, that's another
That's
half
in the
hour.
book.
It's in the book. That was the way we found out that this was a gray market adoption, because my adoption papers said he passed away before I was born.
Oh.
He didn't, but he did pass away in '98.
Okay.
And I found it, you'll see in there was a picture.
So there's, in the book, it's about.
I go into
You
it.
got into it. That's great.
I can't wait.
I did find my half sister,
Ah, it's
his
even
daughter.
awesome.
So I have
Wow.
a half sister named Molly.
So in your
Awesome.
50s and you have a half...
And a
Look at
brand
that.
new niece. Come on,
Wow, that's
it's a
awesome.
win. It's
That
a big
is.
win.
More
That is a
presents.
big
It's
one.
got to buy more presents at Christmas now.
I
That's
didn't
it.
think of
Anyway.
that.
All right,
So,
so they
He's
got the,
Jewish.
I want to thank both. I want to
Trying
thank
to
my co-host, Tony Landolfi. I especially
having
want to
me.
thank my guest, Al Isaac.
Thank you,
For
sir.
coming on.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
The Comedy Crawl, remember that?
June
and look
6th.
up Al Isaacs. Yeah, the Comedy Crawl. And look up Al Isaacs and go to either the Q&A or the book signing.
By all means.
And go there. And thank you all for watching. This has been the Gagootz Show. And what's my name again?
Pellegrino Cosmo.
Pellegrino, and not Pellegrino Cosmo.
PC.
PCR.
So long, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.